All the places that I have been, all the faces that I have seen. Whoa, 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 na 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 na. All the roadblocks, all the fences just can't break free. Makes you wonder if this is your destiny. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, I see the cuts and the bruise, but don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. He will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. All the lies and disappointment, they're more than few. Just pretending that they care about your avenue. No.
Sounds of Caution, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta big up everybody locked in from near and far. See y'all.
Just remember that the Father's
Walk one, Del.
Dry your eyes now, there's a new song.
Lodge up DJ Lance every time.
Now, he'll make it better for you.
Tell your friends to tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends to join us.
Don't you worry about
Got a nice vibe for you today.
Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. Whoa, whoa.
Big up my Fort Lauderdale Massive.
Make it better.
Tonya says you want one from the top. I got you. All right, it's called Better For You, ladies and gentlemen. It's Caution. Yeah, man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Make it better for you. All the places that I have been, all the faces that I have seen. Whoa, 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 na 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 na. All the roadblocks, all the fences just can't break free. Makes you wonder if this is
Wagwan Paul.
me. Whoa,
Great to see you as always.
whoa, I see the cuts and the bruise, but don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. All the lies and disappointment, they're more than few. Just pretending that they care about.
Hey, Marcia, how's it going?
No, they just don't have a clue. Just remember that the Father sees everything. Dry your eyes now, there's a new song that you should.
Hey, Julianne, how are ya?
Now,
Vibing out today, about to have a nice convo with Caution
you'll make it.
and his amazing friends.
But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a
Got Elijah Maurice Gregory.
thing. Don't you worry about a thing, he will make it better.
Atlanta's rocking with us.
Make it better for you. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing.
Happy Monday.
About a thing, he will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. Whoa, 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 make it better for you. Whoa, 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 make it better for you.
Y'all ready to rock? Y'all ready to rock? Tell your friends that tell their friends to join us.
But don't you worry about a thing.
Hey Karen, how's it going?
Don't you worry about
Think of all the YouTube fam.
thing. Don't you worry about a thing. He will make it better. Jah will make it better for you. But don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. He will make it better. Jah will make it better.
This is Wayne Wonder saying J. Cole, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom.
I me say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G Cole, what you say, eh? We make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it. He's out.
And we say them not got no style like we. G. Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate. Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kali. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole. I'm coming to the Massive and Crew right now, live. It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. All right. We just heard Better for You. I got to big up everybody listening in from near and far. We got a vibe for you today. Listen up, everybody on our radio. Thank you so much for rocking out with us. All right. Homegrownwithgcole.com. Real Vibes Live. It's a vibe, man. I appreciate you. All right. Everybody watching live on Jamaicans.com. Everybody watching on the Homegrown with G Cole platform, as well as those people watching in on YouTube. Got to send some more love to my YouTube people. I know I'm always on Facebook doing the Facebook joints, but we got to send some love to my YouTube fam. All right, I appreciate y'all big time. Got to take a minute to say much respect, lodge up, thank you, appreciate you very, very much. To, of course, our essential folks, those people on the front line making it work for us, all right? Brooklyn's in the building. McLeod's here with us. Janice is rocking out with us. Karen is rocking with us. Everybody. Appreciate you. Julianne, everybody. Marcia Daya, man. Vibe, right? Big up my nurses, big up my doctors. All my essential workers, like I said, you know what I mean? First responders, paramedics, everybody. Appreciate you. All those people up there in the emergency rooms, thank you. All right? Pediatrics, thank you. Everybody. Radiology folks, thank you. All right? I know it's still a crazy world out here. Sometimes I think we tell ourselves it's not, but still crazy out here, all right? Very, 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 very crazy out here. And, of course, we appreciate you doing what you do for us. And, of course, we'll do our best, too, to make sure that we stay, you know what I mean? We stay in check. We ain't wilding out in these streets. So thank you so much. Thank you. All my educators, my guidance counselors, thank you. All right. Everybody, social workers, thank you. Cool. I got to big up, of course, all the courier services, making sure stuff gets to where they need to go on time. Thank you. Post office, thank you. Pharmacy, thank you. Retail professionals, thank you. We appreciate you. All right. Big time. Today, we're going to have a conversation with Caution. Caution, well, prior to COVID, when we just got into COVID, but the world was, you know what I mean, never completely gone haywire yet. You know, we're able to sit down with Caution live and direct in the studio, which is always the preferred avenue. You know what I mean? When we have a conversation with Bridget and them and people that we love to reason with, you know what I'm saying? It's always a nice energy to have that in close in-person vibe. I'm on the road right now, as you can see. This ain't the studio, but of course, wherever in the world we are, we bring you the show live and direct, okay? So I'm on the road right about now. And but nonetheless, we gotta always bring you the dope conversations. All right. And dope endeavors. We got some dope endeavors out there that, of course, sometimes we gotta reach out to y'all. We need your support. Okay. And this is where we're at, and we got to bring it to you. You just heard a song, Better For You. I'm gonna drop another one for you in a second, but of course, before I get into that, I got to bring to the forefront the man himself, Caution. All right, so tell your friends to tell their friends to join us right here. We're gonna get Caution on the video, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk for a little bit. We're gonna see what's popping. All right, up in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. This one is called "Thank You." It's Caution. It's a big tune. You got to get it.
Every day I rise, I worry about the pressures of life.
Crazy.
Yeah. When you're about to win, there is always a fight. Now what does it take for a man to rise with a smile on his face and give thanks and praise for all that's been done? Jah, let me thank you for all you have done.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole. He's got a heart of gold.
Thank you for all the messages, all the calls. I appreciate you. All right, big tune, not true, Karen.
I worry about the pressures of life. Yeah. When you're about to win, there is always a fight.
Always, always, always.
Now what does it take for a man to rise with a smile on his face and give thanks and praise for all that's been done? Jah, let me thank you for all you have done. Jah, I will give thanks for all you have done, yes. Jah, let me thank you for all you have done.
Giving thanks, Maclita.
Jah,
Princess Myra.
give thanks for all you.
What's going on with you?
I've been blessed over and over again. There's been times I felt like giving in. As sure as the sunrise, you should never take your eyes off the prize.
Never.
Behind every sad face, there's always a smile. Jah, let me thank you for all you have done. Jah, I will give thanks for all you have done, yes. Jah, let me thank you for all you have done. Jah,
Let's get the show on the
I will
road.
give thanks for all.
Get the show on the road. Get the show on the road. Caution, what going on, fam?
Yes, greetings. It's such a joy to be here again with you.
Always a pleasure, my brother. Always a pleasure to catch up with the eye. You know what I mean? Love that tune there, you know. That tune there. I'm a tune. That tune there. You know that. That's my joint right there.
Oh, we have enough things. We have a lot of things to be thankful for, you know. So I hope it's the favorite of a lot of people because boy, the tune there has been a wonder, a miracle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I dig it, man. You know, when it comes to this music, you know, people sometimes see the artist go on stage and we see it almost comes across robotics. It's kind of like, you know what, hey, they're artists, them just them write tune, them sing tune, them play a tune, and go up on stage, them have a good time and they go back home, right? But people sometimes don't know how deep these songs are. When I think about a song like Thank You, especially in these crying and trying times, I mean, stepping outside of the shoes of the artist for a moment and just lending your ears. That's coming through the speakers right about now. Talk to me a little bit about that song, Thank You, and what it means to you.
Well, the ironic thing was the song was written way before all of this pandemic, all of the situation that's going on in my life. And it's amazing how sometimes we write these things and we really don't know what we're really doing at the time that we're doing it, but it's a premonition and is a divine inspiration when these things come to you. You know, when this song was being done, um, you know, we started working on the song, and the song was just put aside for a while because of what we was doing, and the touring, and so on, you know. And when we had the chance now to work on it, I look at Maurice and tell Maurice, yo, we need to start finish up some of these tunes here, and you know, make us start with thank you, right?
Right,
Because we
right,
have
right.
so much that's going on right now, and I was feeling a spirit, and you know, it was just a divine thing that was just driving me to say, well, listen here, yo, make we work on this tune first, and you know, because the tune was almost done, you know, pretty
Wow.
much the music was almost done. We was just doing some fine tuning to it, and you know, and then fortunately and unfortunately, you know, the week that we chose to work on the song, we would not have, no man would have known or could have predicted what was actually happening but the Father himself. And you know, it was amazing how it all took place, because this very room that I'm in right now, and this chair that I'm sitting in, Maurice was sitting right here and I was sitting behind him on the floor. And you know, the song, we started working on the song, and I sat there on the floor and the tears just started come out of my eyes. The song
Wow.
was just resonating in my soul, in just in a different way. And you know, it's just so ironic that, you know, when you sit down and start to talk about these things, how it make you feel. And one week after that, I was in the hospital.
Right, right, right,
You know,
right,
life just seemed to change, you know,
right,
in a very, very huge, very big way, a huge way. And we could not have known that was what was going on. And
right.
you know, I have to give thanks, you know, in so many different ways. You know, it's unbelievable, because while we were there working on that, and what took place 1 week later, um I almost didn't wake up from it.
Right,
So you know,
right.
we have so much to be thankful for, and we must not take life for granted and take the things that we're doing in this life, right, for granted. And we must learn to just appreciate all the things that God has given us, and appreciate the people that He has blessed us to be amongst. You know,
Right,
yeah, man, we have enough
right.
things to be thankful for, Virgin.
I love that. And amazingly enough, there's things going on right now that we're going to be addressing in a second, which you spoke about before. And I mean, the diagnosis, the cancer diagnosis, and also fighting that battle and all them things. But amazingly enough, I said to somebody that's having this conversation the other day, you know, a lot of times it is trials, it is tribulations that can be humbling and can bring, you know, the phoenix to his knees, can bring anybody, can bring the biggest, the baddest, the strongest, the tallest, the most maximus to their knees, and so forth. And then of course a lot of people will find humility and stuff like that within those times. But the caution that we talk to right now and deal with right now, the vibe and the energy that we get from you right now in times of triumph, is the same vibe and energy that we got from you when everything is crisp and everything is clear. You know what I'm saying? So how for me, it just shows to me the testament of you, the man, the musician, the artist. Because like I said, that song, Thank You, if there was never a diagnosis or so forth, it would still be a direct and accurate representation of you, as far as I am
Yes,
concerned.
yes, it would have been. The song was written in that context. I was going through some difficult situations when I wrote the actual song, you know. So it would not have been far from who I am at this present moment here, you know.
I love. I love. And one thing I'll say, you know, is, you know, it's not what they say about you while you're in their presence that defines who you are, is what they say when you're not in the room. And it's a lot of love. It's a lot of love when it comes to Caution. When we talk, when we mention the name Caution, it's just a whole lot of love. The masses out here definitely got love for Caution. Talk to me a little bit about music thus far. Since what we're going on, what, 2 years now, 2.5, something like that. Time of
Well,
flying, I not even know.
you know, Remember, this conversation pretty much all started with you.
Mhm.
Shortly after when I came out of the hospital,
Right.
and this November the 19th is going to make 2 years. Um, when this all started, November the 20th is when I woke up from the surgery
Right.
that I
Right.
was
Right.
that I was in. So this is going to be 2 years, and I give thanks to the Almighty for all that's been done thus far.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And a lot of times we do things and we go through things, and even when I speak to you about the concert and what you're doing and what you're putting on, the thing that amazes me is that it's still not just about Caution. You know what I mean? When I hear you talk about
Nah,
it's not
man.
just about Caution.
No, it never was, and it never will
Hmm.
be, because
Right.
you see, at the end of the day, we're here for each other, for everyone,
Hmm.
right? No, don't make nobody fool you. And the man that get up in the morning and think everything is all about himself is a fool, right?
Hmm.
It's all about us, right? We were put here to help build each other up, right?
Hmm.
Lift each other up, help each other when we're falling down, right?
Hmm.
Put your brother and your sister back on their feet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know what I mean. That's life, and that's the way it is. If you look at nature and see how everything intertwines with each other, you
Hmm.
will understand. And it's time enough now that we all become conscious of what this world is really all about and what it has to offer, and what
Right.
it's supposed to offer, so that we can receive it. You know.
Right. 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 What's the vibe and energy been like from the masses in the islands? Because I know them support you big time and Antigua with, you know what I mean? Caution and the whole nine. What's the vibe and energy been back home?
I couldn't ask for anything more.
Wow.
You know, um, I have to honestly tell you. You see, when this thing had reached me,
Hmm.
um, that's the time you really see the true testament of the people around you, and you start to get even more conscious of everyone that's around you and who is really there and how they treat you and deal with you along
Hmm.
this journey, because the journey is not your journey alone. The journey is
Right.
the family and the circle that you're in, right?
Hmm.
And that is in there with you,
Hmm.
and you start to realize how everything comes together. As far as back home, the minute when I came out of the hospital, and the you really can't do too much moving around and traveling up and down as you would like to. But
Hmm.
the minute that the surgeon had removed the staples from out of my stomach, the first thing I said to Dr. Mustavi is, can I travel? And she
Right.
says to me, yes. She said, yes, it's up to you if you want to do that. You
Right.
see that you see 2 days after that, I was
Hmm.
I was I was home. My
Wow.
fam my family, Fiona, you
Hmm.
know, come home, and they were begging and pleading, come home,
Right.
right? And my mental state of mind, I needed that, because I saw a drastic change in my life, and I needed to be with the people that I know, that one way or the other, through thick and
Hmm.
thin, they will be right
Hmm.
there. And I felt that
Right.
and saw it. And that is what we need. When you see you're going through situations like this here, you need to know and to feel the energy of the people that's around you, right?
Hmm.
And know that the people that's around you is the people that you really need around you to help bring you back, or you're gonna fall by the wayside. It's for
Right.
want
Right.
of a word.
I love that. I love that. And kudos, of course, to all the people who support. Because here's the thing: we've, especially nowadays, things are so transparent. We're on social media every day. Somebody posting something, and we're all affected by. And we're talking about cancer here for those people who are just joining us. We're all affected by in one way, shape, or form. Whether it be your brethren, you, your family, your friends, whatever the case may be. Right. The thing about certain illnesses is that it affects your strength so that you would normally be up there doing what you do. And I know as a musician, as an artist, half a life is, we have family and we have the balance there, but as an artist, that stage, those people, that sound, that bass line, that back, you know what I'm saying? Is like the blood running through your veins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
Listen, let me tell you, when this thing happened,
Mhm.
all my musical family and friends from near and far
Mhm.
who wasn't in direct reach of me, they
Right.
just kept calling. And
Mhm.
as they were calling, is all they kept encouraging you is, don't let the music fall far from you. Keep on
Right.
doing what you're doing, because it's a therapy that we are musicians, and some people don't realize sometimes what how powerful the music is, and what
Yes.
it does to you, and how it can actually heal you, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
If you just allow it and embrace it,
Yeah.
it's just a powerful thing.
I dig it, man. I dig it. And the inspiration is amazing, because I'll tell you this, even me sitting back and watching, there's a lot of folks that don't possess. It's just not every human is blessed with that wherewithal, that internal fortitude, that testicular fortitude, you want to call it, and just that overall bright outlook on life, that we just see the light at the end of the tunnel and just keep going. So for those people who don't have that outlook naturally, I think you're a beacon of light for them. You know what I'm saying? And they're just listening to you talk about it on different platforms and so forth. On their behalf, I just want to say thank you, because trust me, whether you read, I'm sure you're aware of it, but you're probably just going through your daily day and not realizing that that's what you're doing, but you're inspiring so much. So on behalf of them, my brother, give thanks.
Well, thank you, thank you. Well, you see, when you're faced with a situation, and what I realize is that we can either stand by the wayside, right, and do nothing, right? We can either stand up and accept what has been given to us, and say, listen, let me see what I can do with this, right?
Right. Right.
um I can honestly tell you, from the get-go, when I laid there in the hospital in JFK, I laid down in that hospital. When I woke up on the 20th, and on the 21st, my brain just started going,
Right.
because I started to realize how much I was actually losing at that time, right? But I had my life, right? I had my life, and I had my faith, and I had my father with me,
Right.
right? And I I at that time just looked at it, and I said, Father, this is in your hands. Show me the way. Show me the way. Right? Let me see all the ways that we can turn this negative into a positive, and how we can start to teach other people. And I said that from the onset, and I am not deviating from that in no way, shape, or form. In a business one, nobody have to say when it comes to that, right? For all the
Right.
people that was in the circle, that was objecting to even when I had my first conversation with you, G Cole, publicly, and I would never regret that, when I did that,
Right.
because
Right. Right.
it was something that I was guided to do, and I had to do it for myself, to help mentally heal myself, and to absorb exactly what I'm going through, because going through some of these things, you can either do or die.
Right. Right.
I chose
Literally.
I chose to do, right? One of my doctors said to me, listen, this is more of a mental state of mind, and you need to get your mental faculties in place if you want to beat this thing,
Right.
right? So we are here as musicians to educate each other, to
Right.
educate to educate the non-musicians, to let them see exactly what is really going on. And let's start talk about um the things that we haven't been talking about before, you know
Right. Right.
so while while we are sitting down writing all these songs and talking about this and that and how much love we love this and so on,
Mhm.
there's a message in the music all the time. Every time there's a message inside of the music, and we need to focus on the message that we're delivering to the people and let the people understand where it's really at and be true to the message.
I love that. You mentioned you use this word a little bit earlier. I want to dive into a little bit because I think people don't realize how one important it is, and a lot of times how difficult it is to really draw upon. And it's the word faith, right?
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
think about faith until it's time to have faith. You know what I mean?
yes.
Without faith, we draw on everything else, the things we're not supposed to. Sometimes we don't draw on anything at all because we don't have that thing that feel called faith. Talk to me a little bit about faith, how important that was for you and still is along this journey.
Well, listen, my faith has been this way
Mhm,
before, and it will be this way after.
mhm,
Right? I have come to, when this had happened,
mhm.
I put all my faith in my Father, and I have accepted whatever the outcome will be. It
Mhm.
is in my Father's hand, and it is His will, right?
Right, right,
And my faith is that powerful and that strong. My Father never let me down yet, and
right,
regardless of wherever it is, that's what it is, you
right,
know. And when you come to that understanding before and after, you will be all right. You know what I mean? You'll be
yeah,
all right. Yo, enough people walk around every day and they have no faith in the Almighty. Look
right,
around. Just look
right,
around. The air that you breathe, right? All this luxury that was created for us, but yet
mhm,
still we take it for granted,
yeah,
right?
yep. Sometimes I
Every
wonder
day
if
that
that's
we
a human
rise,
thing.
yeah, man. You see
Ev-
something? My virgin Pablo used to
mhm,
always tell me jokingly,
yeah,
right? Pablo used to tell me I rise with the sun, and I used to always agree with him,
right,
right?
right,
And this was years out, wasn't it 30 years ago? No more.
right.
And when you think about those words, when somebody say these things to you, I rise with the sun and set with the Father.
Right.
Seeing, look at the sun every day, right?
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, you know.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I
Yes.
think what I love about that faith vibe is that it's contagious. We think about all the negative things in life that's contagious, but having faith, sharing faith, showing faith is very, 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 very contagious and inspiring. So
Powerful
brother,
thing, man. Powerful thing.
love it. Now, there's a
Yeah.
show coming up. You have a show coming up, and when we spoke before, you're putting the plans in motion. Is this the second staging or the third? It's the second staging, right?
Well, this is the first of
Mm-hmm.
this installment here, Caution and Friends.
Right, right.
We did some things before, just to kind of feel out the waters and so on, and we did some
Mm-hmm.
stuff in Antigua at home. The family
Mm-hmm.
wanted us to do some stuff, and we did it, and it was a moving moment, that
Yeah.
particular event last year. But this year, this is the first, Caution and Friends. We formed the nonprofit, the Music Mission now,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much geared towards um, what we can do to start creating a fund, to help musicians and artists when they fall into these positions here and need the extra help. Because when this all happened to me, I had no insurance when this happened, and I have an enormous amount of medical bills now that I'm faced with, and also the medical bills that I'm dealing with at this time here. And then
Mm-hmm.
throughout this journey, thus far, I've met um, a number of people that is going through a battle of their own, and you realize when you start talking to them that their fight is no different from my fight from one point of view. Right? It might be
Right,
a different situation medically, but you
right.
realize that they're struggling financially to how to deal with it, and some of our brethren and sisters has lost the fight. right? And then you're even learning that in losing the fight, the reason why they lost the fight was because of the resources to get proper coverage, proper medical care and so on. And you know, we have to find a way that we can try to put the brakes on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
In
Right.
whatever way we can. You hear me?
No, man, a serious thing, and especially in our culture too, because it's a conversation that comes up a lot when we talk about our musicians. Some of our favorite musicians, our legends, everybody, they got their blood,
Yes.
sweat, and tears, and there's a misconception that you know what I mean. It's just a plethora of dough just raining from the sky. But at the end of the day, health to anybody, it doesn't matter, athletes, regular folks, musicians, anything, ill health or any turn in health can be the difference between up this up and
Yeah.
doing this anytime. That stuff ain't
Yeah.
that stuff takes a toll. And your friends, we're gonna bring right about now the lovely, the beautiful, the talented Miss Simone G. You know what I mean? Today we gonna put some beauty up in the place. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anything.
My
What up?
girl.
Hey, greetings, my brothers. How are you this evening?
Wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful. Better now.
You see the hat? You see the hat? You see the hat?
Cool,
Hey,
man.
listen.
Super fly.
I'm coming on G Cole show. I have to come ready, okay? I can't just come on G Cole show and just look away.
Cool, now, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. How you been?
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm fortunate. I'm here. I'm alive, and it's an honor to be with you all tonight. Trust me, everything is good. Everything is good.
I love it. And of course, some stage is about to get wrecked and whatnot because I'm looking at the thing right about now. I'm just looking at the flyer and thing when we just flash on the screen, and you're gonna be blessing up the stage real soon. That's all.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. I really am this coming weekend, man, because it really is a celebration to me. Most people know me from Caution because I've been singing backgrounds with him for so long. And
Right.
The beauty about working with this gentleman here, my brother, is that he's never been selfish.
Right.
So when I
Right.
started to put my foot forward and start to do my own thing, he really was one of the key people that helped to push me to do that. He's like, okay, great. You want to do it? Here's a track. Write a song.
Right.
Let's go. Put it out. You know, him and Maurice
Mhm.
Gregory and the whole crew, they all supported my effort to start to kind of step out a little bit on my own. So it's a really big joy and pleasure for me to be on the stage this coming Saturday with him and to celebrate life. We're gonna have a
Right.
party to celebrate life.
I love that. And I'll ask you this. We know Caution the musician, and we see Caution the musician a lot. You have the pleasure, of course, of seeing Caution the musician and Caution the person. Let's step away from the stage and the microphones and the recordings for a minute. Talk to me a little bit about the impact of him, even prior to this situation right about now, in terms of an individual, a man, to you.
Wow, that statement right there, that question is. It would take a very long time to answer it because that gentleman there. Listen, I lost one blood brother to cancer, and he passed away when he was 36. He was married, he had young kids, healthy man, never smoked, never drank, and he had pancreatic cancer, and it took him. I've lost two other brothers as well. And when I tell you that sometimes your family is not just who you're born amongst.
Yes.
The Most High can put people in your life who become family to you. And Caution has definitely become a brother to me. Not just like, people show that around all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, my brother. Yeah. No. Not like that. When I tell you heartfelt, heartical, anything you call for at any time, day, night, if it's in his power and will, and if he has the strength and energy, he's there. He's willing to support you in whatever you're doing. I've been so blessed. that the Most
I feel
High
you.
put us together. You know what I mean? And to have someone like him in my corner as a brother, it has given my wings air. Let's put it
Wow.
that way.
Wow. I dig that. I
Yeah.
dig that. I dig that. And you know, it's amazing when you meet, because the term I use all the time is that, you know, family is not, like you said, family is not what biology gives you. Family is what the Almighty give you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And a lot of
Mhm.
times, the brother that you will get from the Almighty is going to be close and tight and better to you and for you than kinfolk, so to speak. You know what
True,
I'm
true,
saying?
true. And not to say that I am not loved and supported, and I don't love and support my family,
Mm-hmm.
because I have to admit I'm extremely fortunate on that front. I have one of the best families anyone could ever ask for, like truly supportive and loving.
Right.
Even though it's a large extended family, you know what I mean? But everyone gets along
Mm-hmm.
really well, and I'm so blessed in that way. But I think because I have lost three personal, blood brothers, it just means so much to me that someone can be by your side like that. And
Nice.
like I said, I could go on and on. The show might not end, and I wouldn't finish with the accolades of that gentleman right there. He's never been, like I said, he's never been selfish. Anything he's doing, he wants whoever is involved with him to win.
Wow.
It's never just about him. Never ever. When I tell you there's no ego, there's no ego. He just knows that he is on a mission. He knows he has the Father's work to do. And anything he touches and he does, he has to see everyone around him come out in a better place because of it. All of what he does, all of the ways that he pushes himself, is all because he wants to set people up in a certain way, set up his family in a certain way, set up his friends in a certain way. You know what I mean? He wants to see everybody have a better life because of the hard work that he puts in. And
Right.
that is a rare, rare trait sometimes, to
Yeah.
find an artist, let's say, who is out front, who truly is always just about, okay, yeah, so how can we make this work for you too?
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
love it.
on every front,
I
personal
love it.
and business. He's just whatever you see right there when he's talking to you there in the studio, or when people are watching him in the studio, that is him 100%. Never ever falter, never change, ever.
Wow. Wow. Now, we're talking life circumstances. You're Simone G, the songbird. Let's talk music for a minute. All right, let's talk music for
All
a
right.
minute. All right, because I know you're
You
gonna
know
be
I
on the
love
stage
that.
wrecking. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. What are these people looking for? What are these people gonna get? What are these people in store for when Simone G touch the stage this weekend?
Well, like I said, I am coming down to Florida because, I'm in New York. That's my home base right now. But I have a lot of family and friends in South Florida. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of them come out on Saturday. And I'm coming down to celebrate life. I'm bringing energy to the stage because that's what we have to be thankful for.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I just want to be there and let everybody know that, listen, this cancer thing is no joke. So many people, like I said, personally, friends, family, have succumbed to it. So many people in my own family, my aunt, my cousin, so many that I've lost because of this C word. But
Right.
so that to me always means that anytime I get a chance to celebrate a victory over it, 2 years and we're still here and we're still going strong. Yeah, I'm all for a celebration. So come, you got to bring your dancing shoes. You got to make sure you're ready to just have a good time, good vibes, love in the place, love in the place.
Love it, love it, love it. What you working on? What you cooking up? I'll be checking my emails, man. I'm trying to. I mean, I need to see some stuff coming in my emails. What are you working on? Talk to me.
Oh, wow. Well, after this event with Caution, I have another event in Marlborough, New York. It's called the Best Christmas Ever Show with Cleveland Best and his family. He's an awesome drummer. That's going to be at the Falcon. And then December 18th, I'm going to be in New York at home. We're going to be down at Stitch Bar and Blues with my other female upfront ladies, Joanne Williams, who also used to sing with Caution, my friend Joe Guerra, and we're putting together a female jazz night, reggae jazz night in New York on December 18th. So there's things happening all before the end of the year. It's nonstop, really, for me, the holiday time. But I'm looking forward to every moment of it. And of course, new music coming. New music is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. You know what I mean? We got to share the thing with the world. And I mean, I am selfish up with the thing. And I say, Mom, you
No. You know, I'm gonna have to pass on the information.
Praise your love. Praise your love. You speak about
Yes.
the willingness to share that platform, because I tell people this all the time. And as artists, as musicians, as creatives, as human beings, we're almost cultured and taught that it's about us, right? That's and I'll say it over and over. That's the reason why there's a spotlight on a stage to highlight you, right? So sometimes we get caught in that, and that becomes us. But you mentioned earlier how much Caution and our brother was share the stage and share the limelight. I'm just thinking about it now. I think I've seen Caution live maybe 4 times, right?
Okay.
And and I think the 4 times that I saw Caution live, 3 of them was him supporting other artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just going with other artists and making sure that their thing gets off, right? And supporting them, giving them vocal support. You know what I mean? As an artist performing with him on stage. And I just thought of it recently. I'm like, yo, yeah, I've seen Caution 4 times. Most of the time, it might give strength to somebody else. You know what I mean? How important is it as artists to do that? Because again, it's a chain, it's a domino effect. And sometimes we speak on the ill and the negativity in the industry at large, but when the great things happen, we're kind of quiet about it. You know what I'm saying? How important is it overall, outside of any circumstance, that as artists, as musicians, as creatives, that we just support as human beings, that we just overall just go out and support each other? Strength.
Listen, without support from our other fellow artists, from people like you, other DJs, other radio personalities, no one will go anywhere.
Right.
No one will go anywhere. No music will be played. No one will get any success. So what's the point? If we're not going to support each other, and that leads us to not going anywhere, so why not just support each other so that everyone can get lifted up and go somewhere?
Yes.
That's all that makes sense to me. It is the most important thing. It really is, to have that support across the board.
Right.
There's no, listen, you can't be selfish. You cannot have your fist closed. Right? Because if your fist is closed, how is the Most High going to put anything in your hand?
Right.
So you have to open up your hand and let it go. Like, let it go. And when you let it go, you'll be amazed at what the Most High will then be able to place in your hand. Because when you let go now and you let something flow, you have space now for the Most High to drop something in the place where you had it.
I love that.
So what's the point of holding on? Yeah,
that is so
you have
true.
to let that go. You have to let the love go, let the support go. We're nothing without it.
I love it. Caution, talk to me about, because I hear, people talk about Simone G and then talk about the Songbird and talk about just how, the music and the reputation precedes you. People speak of you in a certain. Caution, talk to me about the first time you encountered Simone G. What was that vibe like?
I want to hear this one too.
Talk to me, Kasha. Talk to me. What was that situation like when you encountered Simone G for the first time?
Why? Well, I
It
was
was
with I was
rehearsal, right? There was a rehearsal in
no
New York.
no
That wasn't the first. Uh-oh.
I was with Sharon. We was in Manhattan. Um, Sharon is her sister,
Mhm.
and when I saw Simone first, and I was, boy, I fall in love with Simone from that day, and my feelings for her never changed from that day, and
Right, right,
that was a long time ago, long time ago,
right.
and we're still here, and we we made a commitment to each other that we're going to be sitting in a rocking chair when we get old and gray and talk about all the things that we used to do,
Mhm.
and and I pray to God that we do that,
Nice.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Love
You
that.
have to have those. You have to be able to sit down with somebody who you've known for so long and say, "Man, remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? Do you remember going over
yeah.
to this place and what happened? Oh my gosh! Remember when the car broke down and we all of those things. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time, but we
Reminiscing.
plan. Yeah, you
Oh
have
yeah.
to. You have to do those things.
Oh yeah. Oh
See, I
yeah.
didn't even remember that was the first time. I thought the first time was when we were rehearsing in
No,
New York for the
no,
what
it
show was
was
that
on
on Randall's Island?
one of the Carrie Fest shows.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Nice.
it was we was in Manhattan, downtown
Right.
Manhattan. There was some kind of press party going on at some one of these places, because we used to go during the week, in New York. There was always some kind of press party going on that we all used
Yeah,
to go
Tuesday
to, and
night
that's
or a Thursday
yeah,
night.
yeah, all the time. It's like religiously you have somewhere for going
Mhm.
in the middle of the week and still go to work
Right.
the next morning. You know,
That's the part we're challenging enough. Go shake your foot in the night and then go and get up the next morning.
Oh my
but
God. Oh
we
my
used to
God.
do it's the love of the music, and
Yeah.
you see the people that we were around all the time. It was
Mhm.
just you couldn't buy that,
Right,
couldn't
right,
pay for
right.
that, man. It was just, and even as we got old, we're older now, and sometimes when we talk back to some of the guys, and and you recap and some of the places that you used to go down in the village and so on in New York, and you realize
Mhm.
that, wow,
Right.
people of this time here can won't know.
Right.
They won't understand, what the vibe was actually like. And New York in that sense is not the same anymore.
Right.
That is
Really,
true. That is
it's
true.
not the
Back then
same anymore.
reggae was pumping in New York. You
Yeah,
could
man,
find
there was
some
just
place to go and
energy,
hear
man.
reggae
Energy,
Every corner. Every
energy.
corner.
Yes, yes,
almost every other
yes,
night.
Wow.
yes,
And
yes.
speaking of New York and
Those were the
reggae
days, boy.
and energy, we got another brethren that's gonna join us right about now. I talk about another dope one, you know what I mean? Another one that's made his mark, his stamp on this industry, and of course on the world at large with this music. And we're talking about Mr. Red Fox. I got bring in. Oh, go on, Foxy, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, up full, up full,
Ah,
up full, up full. Yes, 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 I. Hey,
Welcome,
Simone,
G.
Ras Caution. Bless up, bless up.
There he is.
yes, 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 brother.
Good for the
What's
eye.
up? What's up?
Up full,
Welcome,
give that
King.
setting.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
man, up
And
full.
we were talking about New York just now, which is a stomping grounds of yours, coming from Jamaica, St. Catherine, moving to straight to New York for joining the music. When you were in Jamaica, look at Utah group, right? How did this journey of music start for you? I mean, was it something you're doing from a long time, or did the bug really bam when you got to New York?
Yeah, well, I started from about the age of 10. I was
Mm-hmm.
still in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and Yellow Man, King Yellow Man was reigning at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really fascinated with King Yellowman because as a red youth growing up in a community, predominantly dark-skinned people, they really was kind of racist against me, you know. They used to call me Red Malata, Red Dundus, Specky Banana, all kind of names, you know. So when Yellow Man come out now, it was like a red man liberation, you know what I mean? Because everybody start
Hey, so the red man struggle is
yeah,
real.
yeah man, because you want now, you want to the red man now. Black
Yeah.
people are saying black, white people are saying white. So you know the middle. I said them me a what then? Nobody don't want you. So when yellow man come out, when yellow man come out now, it's like people start calling me yellow.
Yeah.
So I feel good about it and I start kind of impersonate Yellow Man and sing him songs them and one of the day I kind of have an idea for twist the lyrics and I twist it in my own way and then I was fascinated by that and then I started to battle one of my childhood friends in the community which is Brownsall in St. Catherine, Jamaica, and I was battling him but he knew all of General Echo lyrics from him living in Kingston. So he started to draw back some General Echo, which ironic. Yellow Man come off a General Echo.
Yeah.
So right there, all of that slapness lyrics and stuff like that fascinate me as a 10-year-old youth. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
went back to school and started to write lyrics, and from there on, just stem off.
Yeah. Man, when we talk Red Fox, because anytime we talk to people about it, it's always the big voice and talk about and the big voice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That big bravado there, which again is also synonymous with the New York swag too, because see how Julian I come talk after. Me tell some, it's in New York. Tell some, I'm Miami Heat fan. So,
well,
but
when you talk about, I must I must big up Chakademos, right? And
yeah,
the reason why I want to big up Chakademos right here is because you know I grew up between Brownsall in the country and Portmore.
mm-hmm.
While I was living in Portmore, I went to Edgewater to watch a sound named Class One with Chakademos and Eddie Fitzroy around the sound
Mm-hmm.
system. And when I saw
Yeah.
Chakademos, boy, I tell you, my life changed ever since I watched his performance
Wow.
because he was like
Wow.
an
Wow.
electric type of person, like a whole heap of vibes. So,
Yeah.
I went back to school training my voice to sound like Chakademos. And that's how I end up developing the vocal that I have.
Mm. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you. I got you.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, one thing I must say about artists like yourself and other people who I deem legends in their own right, you know what I mean, is that you pay homage. A lot of times, like I was saying to Simone and Caution earlier, this industry shows you and teaches you to make it about you. It's all about you. You know what I mean? But it's like paying
Yeah.
homage to those people who, because a lot of times you talk to artists and musicians or whomever, and them act like, I'm the first artist. You know what I mean? There was no one before me. I mean, the first one pick up a mic. But I like the fact that, artists like yourself pay homage to those people who laid the ground for you.
Well, remember, right? The devil know everything else but for create man. So it's like the devil always want everything for himself, that's why he get cast out however. So it's like when you get exposed to the public and everybody love you and know you, you want to say me, but you have to know, so boy, you give all praises to the Almighty, and then that's how you give homage because you respect the Almighty, so you respect everybody who put a
Mhm.
piece into what you're doing.
I
That's
love
right.
that. I love that. I love that. And when I
Yes,
was rocking,
yes,
because I
yes.
have some mixed me I say cassette, me I say mixed CD. Nah, cassette. You know what I mean? I got some mixed cassette with some joints on there and some Red Fox joints and some things. Um, we talk about 90s because I always have a t-shirt that said Bad Light 90s dancehall, right?
Yeah,
Which to
yeah.
me, one of the great eras of dancehall. But right now, the youth, I'm gonna go on with some things from the vantage point of a listener, not just that of an artist. Um, do you feel like we can recapture the vibe, that energy that was going on in the 90s? Is that a possibility?
Well, I'm not the type that really discuss recapture because I don't believe that you can
Mm,
because you have different time. I
mm-hmm,
mean in the 90s. All right, so dancehall. started like late 60s. Then
Mm-hmm.
in the 70s, Uri and Ira and all them artists they come up. And then in
Mm-hmm.
the 80s now, it started to take form as far as something that was catching on to, the global market with King Yellowman, leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 90s now, we kind of got to where now it was more commercial, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
to some degree. Everybody can get
Crossover.
into it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And those days, you have to understand, say, whenever I have no phone, whenever I have no computer, nothing like that. It was all out of the soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you go to a dance, you dance because you want something where you move your soul, because you don't have anything else to distract you. So
Mm-hmm.
you want something where you feel when you're going at
Mm-hmm.
the dance, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
moving on to this age, these youths are not about nothing that move them. They are
Right.
about profiling. So when
Right.
they're listening to music, they're not really listening, they're viewing. So they're viewing
Mm.
like image. So you're
Mm-hmm.
going to the dance, and you have your phone, and the music are playing. And while the music are playing, you're dancing, your camera, you're gone live. People are watching all over the world. So it's like
Mhm.
the music are flow with that. It's like say,
Yeah.
if the music can move, so you can't really the camera like this, You need
But that's
so,
true.
yeah, so them youths they're not really depend that type of vibration. They're
Right.
moving more now to a virtual reality type of age. Like
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is getting ready for this metaverse, and you're looking at all these different technology that is developing. So I realize those days we just have to cherish them and
Yeah.
tell our kids about it.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Again, it makes no sense a bro beat for them thing, because them thing are chop, you know what I mean? But it's a different time and energy. But it's funny you mentioned
Yeah,
that. There's
yeah,
nothing weirder to me than there are times when I'd be on stage or closer to the audience, and instead of the person looking at you, they are filming you. So they're looking in you, that are saying,
yeah,
6 foot, me are 6 foot, And instead of look at me 6 foot,
yeah,
they might look at me on a 3-inch screen, recording me on this. And
yeah,
and
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It felt so
Yeah,
weird. And
man,
I'm
I
just
do.
like, I guess this is a norm now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man,
Cool,
because
man.
as a performer, once upon a time, two people, they two hands in the air, and that's how you know so them a feel it. Now I
Hmm.
just one hand, microphone in the ear, but the other one I hold a phone. So you have to work with it. It's a whole heap of things are going.
Cool, man. Cool,
Yeah,
Boy.
man. Then we got the show coming up this weekend, which hopefully, but now so I must have filmed the thing and I enjoy myself my filming the thing. But it's gonna be so much energy in the building. We talk about Red Fox, we talk about Simone G, we talk about Caution and a whole lot more. We talk about Ed Robinson, a whole bunch of other artists. So ain't no time for the filming. Yes, the filming can go on, but then, trust me, the energy gonna be so electric that people gonna want to be a part of that. Talk to me a little bit about what you're planning for bring to the masses this weekend, Red Fox.
yeah. Well, I'm truly looking forward, first and foremost to be in full support of Caution and the movement. And it's been a minute I haven't been in Florida. So, I definitely want to put on a showcase because, a long time I come down there. So we want to make sure so we go back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to make sure so we go there and there's a red fact that them know from late 80s, 90s, early 2000. And there's a red fox that has been putting out a lot of more mature, conscious music as of the present time. So
Right.
we want to find a nice little balance and showcase
Mm,
ourselves and showing people the growth. You know what I mean? So you don't want to look the same way with them. As I say, recapture. When I want them recapture, we want them present.
I love that.
Mm,
I love that. I
mm.
love that. This
Yes,
show, of
respect that.
course, is for a purpose. We're here. There's a purpose. We're talking about Caution. We're talking about making sure that, ladies and gentlemen, something. Let me talk about a part. I'm a banner there. Me put it up on the screen for you. Me talk about things. All right. So here we want to know. We're talking about Caution and friends. See that they're going to be at the Garden, right? And we're talking about what, Saturday, right?
Yes.
Saturday,
Yes.
Yes.
Saturday
Yes.
coming. So we're at the garden. It's gonna be a live band thing. I'm gonna say artists galore. All right, but of course we're talking to four of the dynamic performers that's gonna be on that show. That's gonna be bringing the heat this weekend. All right, and of course we talk also about taking care of our artists. All right, some want to come out. More want to come support in full effect. More want to buy on a ticket. All right. If you not call nobody and talk about he can get in on the list, them I go forward it to me. If they forward it to me, then me I go telling them some things I don't know. I hear the views expressed by G Cole does not represent those of Caution, Simone G, Red Fox, Jamaicans.com, nobody. But if you not call the venue and talk about your name can go up on one list, then I go forward it to G Cole, and then we gonna have a convo. All right. We need them to come out and support the event. All right, support the event. These are times where everything's been highlighted. We see this is just one circumstance, but we see a lot of our artists, a lot of musicians that's been doing it for us over these years. And circumstances come, one circumstance, maybe more, and lives are changed. We talk about artists don't necessarily have 401ks and everything because the job does not present that, right? The job does not present a retirement. The job doesn't present health insurance. The job not present a lot of them things there. But yet still, when we are go through our thing, we come to the shows and we get you guys taking us away to another place, taking us away from our stress, our realities, and just give us a nice vibe. And then we walk away and we go home to all of those things that the artists themselves don't have and don't get as a result. That just don't come to the gig. So I want people to come out, come support the artists. Them, let me say, no listen to about. All right, none whatsoever, no list. All right, come show.
If my mother have to pay for a ticket to come in, if my one mother have to pay for a ticket to come in, everybody have to pay for a ticket to come in. You hear me?
Come true. And for the artists that's on the bill, just the four I'm talking to right now, in addition to all the others on it, I tell you something, the discount when I get is ridiculous. You know what I mean? That 40 there alone, I just for come see Simone. That 40 alone, I for just come see Red Fox. That 40 I just come see Caution. I just come see Ed. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just saying, ain't even up close to the stage either. So the truth is, you need to come out and support the thing properly. Red Fox, talk to me a little bit about Caution, right? And like I've said to Caution, sometimes it's not about what you hear when you're in the room. It's when you're not in the room. He's in the room right now, but talk to me a little bit about Caution, the person that you've come to know over these years.
Yeah, well, I remember Caution from the early days, touring with Maxi Priest, and whenever we cross path, he always have positive words and encouragement and pushing you forward in whatever you're doing, So that's how I came in contact with Caution, and then he also brought me to Antigua for the first time. You know what I mean? But most of all, my thing is really respecting one's character. That's always my thing, observing one's character about, how they move, So when Caution, got unfortunately going through what he's going through now, I remember him calling me and telling me, to take care of your health. And so he was using himself to show you to take care of yourself. Him could have did go hide somewhere under a rock and say, boy, I don't want to talk to nobody. But instead, him use him situation to show me, say, this is how I go on, so make sure, say, take care of yourself. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's out here pushing forward, trying to get, people to be more health conscious, using his situation once again to make a change in this world. It tells you a lot about a person, the courage and the strength that the person have. You know what I mean? So when you see somebody out there upon the battlefield, then you have to step up and fight too.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's very important that that's something we speak of a lot, is just what I call the selflessness of it. You know what I mean? Because like you mentioned, it is, it's an easy thing to just not necessarily just hide, but then get caught up in you, whether it be just self-pity or whatever the case may be. And sometimes, again, we are artists and we're human beings, so the spotlight is for us, right? So a lot of times we want to make it just about us. But from day one, again, we sat down in the studio and we had that conversation. And even prior to having that conversation first, just chopping it up with Caution on the phone, I realized it was a battle for him to fight, but he was fighting this battle not just for himself, but for everybody. You know what I mean? Because it was always a words of encouragement, enlightening everybody else on what they need to do. And that, brother, is a rare trait in human beings today. So we got to big up the artists them. Drop our, I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. Drop some tunes from you guys, a little bit more when we can while out and thing. I know you got new singles out in these streets and whatnot, not. You know what I mean? We get some of the brand new thing, them Red Fox. You know what I mean? We have some Simone G. She be holding on to the things, but you don't know. I got my Russian connects. We get in the hard drive. We Vladimir. We take out what we need to take out. You know what I mean? You think I done all alone off people. I infiltrate the thing. I got people too. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna drop some tunes. I want them to drop some social media too, because at the end of the day, I need the people to go there and check them out and follow the artists and keep up with what's going on. So Simone, drop the social media for the masses so they know where to keep up with you.
Definitely, you can link me if you're on Facebook. It's Simone G Music, SIMONEG Music. That's on Facebook. If you're on IG, it's Songbird Simone. You can link me there, Songbird Simone on IG. And of course, on YouTube, you can follow my band, Simone G and Reggae Rock. Yeah, so that's my personal thing. Simone G and Reggae Rock is bouncing right now. We've been doing shows in the Pennsylvania area and all that stuff already. So wow, it's bubbling.
That's going. Red Fox, talk to me. What's the social media where we can catch up with you?
Yeah, my thing is at Original Red Fox. Everything at Original Red Fox. 1D, 1X. You know, so just meaning REDFOX, because some people put on 2X and 2D. So just make sure say put 1D, 1X. So at Original Red Fox. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything you can put that in. Even YouTube is just all at Original Red Fox.
Nice. And I'm gonna say 1D, 1X, because people, you're right. You know, sometimes them are 2R, 2E, 2D, them just keep going. them over to the thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. But another thing I'd love to, you know, we alluded to earlier that we don't talk about the changing of the music, but the changing of the times. New York, there are certain places that were synonymous with a certain energy, not just genre specific, not to reggae, not to hip hop, but when it came to New York was one of them places that was like a mecca for live music. Would that be hip hop? On the corners, the reggae bands and so forth. Talk to me a little bit about the energy right now when it comes to the music in New York, the climate.
Yeah, you know, New York changed up a lot, seeing because ever since the pandemic, and they've shut down the city. If you shut down a concrete jungle, you know, say nothing really, not really happening in a place like that anymore. It's a concrete jungle. And it's the nightlife and all these things is what make it happen, you know. And the people them from the struggle, hustle and bustle and struggle, they come out at night to kind of just let out all of that steam. You know, that's where them get that energy from, because they want to let out the whole of the, you know what I mean? New York is a rough place, you know, it's stressful. So when people come for party, them come for let it out. So when them not have nowhere for go now, it's like, you know, it become like a cage up in a concrete jungle. So eventually, you know, it get depressing. So the find say New York kind of move gone and Miami and Atlanta, if you want to find it. Right. Yeah, but you know, New York right now, we are hope say go and build over time, but right now it kind of slow down as far as how it used to be because of the pandemic.
Right. I have found though, and I'll ask all three of you that, you know, there's always the yin and the yang. You know, in every dire situation, there's always, I don't want to even say a silver lining, but there's always something growing out of it. You know, they say most of our billionaires have come after crises. You know what I'm saying? But when we talk about what's to come, after all this, some people have been creative, some people have been in the studio in the lab, we've been moving a little fast, so some people have been slowed down, and some people, while it's a dire time, creative juices have been flowing. You guys been cooking up. Did you find any form of creative vibes coming to you in this time when I don't even want to talk about a despair, but let's just talk about slowing down? Did you guys find any creative juices? Sam, starting with you, Simone.
Definitely, I would say so. This, it was like a reset for a lot of people. Going through COVID times. It made you really reevaluate maybe what's really important to you. For me, because I did a lot of background singing for a lot of people, members of the Wailers and not just Caution, a lot of other people. And it really made me say, okay, well, now that has kind of slowed down, all right, maybe now I have a little more time on my hands to think about what kind of music I want to put out there.
Right.
I got a chance to kind of think about that, work on it, do some writing, get in the studio, do some recording, set up my own recording studio, get my equipment together, all those little things that I never had the time to do before because I was always on the road. So it was, in a way, it was definitely somewhat of a blessing for me to have that downtime to focus on me, even though we say, the spotlight is never just on me. So that's why it was really a great thing for me to then step forward and say, okay, now it's reggae rock. It's Simone G and reggae rock. And what is that sound? What is that music going to be like? What is the blend of it? Because how do I want to present that? So it was really kind of nice to have the moments and the time to formulate how I want to step forward now. So ready to go.
Crazy.
Ready to go. And that's why for that December 18th show that I'm telling you about, Reggae in the City, with the ladies and myself at Stitch Bar and Blues, we're saying we're bringing reggae back. We're bringing reggae back. It's a reggae jazz night. It's going to be a nice, mature function. And we want to bring reggae back to the city because it's not the same anymore. But we know what it used to be. And we think we can build something that can be like that again, just a nice vibe that it used to be, where everybody could come, hang out, have a good time, good vibe, and enjoy some great music, So we're doing that again.
I love that. And you up there, Fox up there, so you don't know energy. Y'all building it. I love that. Caution, you've been in the lab. I know you got a lot going on and stuff like that, but like we say all the time, our therapy is where our therapy is, and a lot of times it's in the studio. It's on the stage. How have you been cooking?
Yes, man. We never stop.
Cool.
I just added more pots on the fire right now.
Cool, man.
Boy, between the music, and going to all the different doctors and so on, it never really stopped. And like I told you earlier, I had a lot of my friends from far, that just kept calling me and say, listen, yo, don't stray too far from the music. Don't stop doing this. Don't stop doing that. And actually, I had a lot more time on my hands now, whereby I can, in between doing all the other things, I had to find other stuff to kind of mentally get and compose myself, so that I don't get carried away and in caught up in the fight of dealing with this whole medical situation.
Right.
Yeah, the music itself, man, as I tell you earlier, it's a powerful thing. And I will never, and I won't ever stray too far from it, because it is so comforting and a peaceful and a joyful place to be.
Right. I dig that. Fox, so I go on. You're not the lab cook, not true. We can't tell it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I've been releasing a lot of singles, Also, I should say, before the pandemic, I started this show called Pre-Life, and it's a show that every Wednesday I go on my Instagram and I DJ like about 16 bars freestyle about social issues or about your health, It was consciousness. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just about freeing life and focusing on life. And I've been writing a lot for that. And
Mm-hmm.
when the pandemic came in, it didn't really make a difference to what I was doing. I was doing all these things before.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was always writing, like every week I have something that I'm doing for the people because I've been doing it for 5 years.
Right.
So that show kept me like my brain, active
Mm.
as far as, just writing, 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 writing. So right now it's like I have so much singles that have some that release and some that is coming out now. So there's a whole lot of music and a whole lot of thing going on with me. Furthermore, I'm focusing also on branding now as well and
Nice.
writing
Nice.
books as well.
Right. You mentioned that,
Yeah.
and I've had that conversation with folks too, where the industry itself has changed so much, where we have to focus on other things outside of the art. It's almost like the music now is the vehicle, it's the avenue to something else, because the industry ain't the same. You know what I mean? Even for our most mainstream artists. So diversifying that portfolio and saying, you know what, I'm gonna get into authorship, writing books. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get into other things, be it retail, branding, all that stuff. It's just so important for us as musicians and as artists to do. So congratulations on that. Kudos on that. We have to get that going. Um,
Yeah,
talk to
man. Thank you.
let's talk to the massive them, because we be talking to me. Let's talk to the folks out there right about now. And let them know why they need to come out Saturday, come have a good time with caution. Simone, talk to the masses them, please, guys. Them tired of your memo.
Never, never. But definitely,
As I come with some
everyone.
foolishness.
Cool, man.
You see See right here, right now. That's exactly why you need to come over Saturday, because the vibe amongst everybody that's gonna be there is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be off the chain. You really are coming to see a show, and I think it's rare. It's very rare where you come to see a show, and yes, it's called Caution and Friends, but it really is a group of friends. And when I tell you, I don't even know how we're gonna end up singing on the stage, because the amount of jokes and laughs that's gonna be going on, you're probably not gonna be able to make the show. You're not gonna want to miss it. Trust me, because it's always nothing but jokes, laughs, good time, great music. I mean, come on, you can't add anything more than this lineup between Red Fox and people like Ed Robinson, you
Michael
know,
Russell. Shucks.
Michael
Why?
Russell. I mean, boy, I tell you, it's going to be something you're gonna be regretting in the morning if you miss it. Because when people tell you what you missed, you're
Wow.
gonna really be kicking yourself. But
Wow.
come out, man. Just come out and support the cause. It's a worthy cause. Trust me, it's a worthy cause. So just be there Saturday.
Right. I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. Fox, talk to the people and make them know going and why they gotta come wild up with you and the team.
Yeah, well, I believe that, this is a vibration of healing for everyone, not just caution, but I believe that for the past 2 years, or nearly 2 years, everybody been a little traumatized. And I think, we have to put a step forward to heal ourselves mentally. And music is the way. Music is the vibration to free up everybody's spirit and soul. So we're coming
Yes.
out for really just all our beautiful vibration of healing to all. And so that's the best way I can put it.
I feel you. I love that. I love that. I love that, because again, healing is what it's about, and we don't get no healing from nothing else as much as we get music from music. You know what I mean? Takes you through the rough
Yes, and it's a
times.
lot.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, I was bigging up the band as well, Code Red Band that will be
Ah,
playing.
job.
So it's live musicians as well. So we have to make sure people understand. Say, what I mean, the drum man are healing, the guitar man, the bass man, the piano, the whole thing.
Cool.
What I mean, is a vibration. So we are come with a whole heap of
Oh, yeah.
power.
And what I'm hearing right now
Yeah.
is we talking about all the dope artists that's going to be on stage, right? All the dope artists that's coming through to do what they do. Um, it's also live. in this day and age, sometimes a man come and say, yo, all I see there to select a run to already, boom, bam, 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 bam. We're talking about something proper.
Yeah.
We're talking about live band. We're talking about all the artists performing with a live band. John no starve me. They see the flyer look up, but I jack up all the price and coming out of no line of my life. I know something that enough, something that you know what I mean? So I want them to come out. The tickets are what, $40? Ticket $40. How much again is that? Not too many. But come out and enjoy.
Remember, they
themselves.
have to get the tickets. They have to get it online, to get that $4 price. So they have to get the tickets early online to get that lovely $40 price. If you wait till the day of the show and you come to the door, they're gonna raise the price. What is it, 55 at the door?
I said, well, I'm splash a thing.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Really?
So currency. But listen, so just go ahead and buy your ticket early. Just early, go online now. What is bit.ly/caution and friends? Just get the ticket now early, man, because the $40 is for what you're gonna get. That's trust me. It's like that. Yeah, it's like going for two people to go see a movie or something like that nowadays. Movie costs more than that nowadays.
Trust me. You leave your house, go to lunch, trust me. And you have all these artists, you have a good time, rock and swing, rock and come in, 40, whatever, man. And look on the flyer.
You see when Ed Robinson come, he's a madman that, the place.
That's an understatement.
The place going shake, I'm telling you. Right? When Ed Robinson comes, his worries in the camp. And then Michael Russell.
Whew.
Yo,
cool now, man.
Them are two of my brethren, them that don't that no easy.
Them right? Sample man, them. Sample.
It's gonna be I don't even know.
The energy is unreal.
The energy is unreal. And it's two people that I admire. Them two brothers, I admire them. Them are some great guys to just be around, one away. You have two of a kind, two young guys that very talented. Yes. You also have a gospel group there, Potential Music. Very talented young people, set of young people that, and it's gonna be an amazing performance. Obviously, my virgin Red Fox, right? Cool, that underestimate that thing that he put out. For the past 5 years, come on. Religiously, it's just, it's something that I think that when it comes to the music and the talent and the way that the music affects, I can only speak about myself and how the music affects me. And when I sit down and listen to Ed Robinson and sit down to Michael Russell and listen to the body of work and the way that the music itself moves me spiritually, right? And then I sit down and listen to Simone and all the works that we have done together. And then you see, sometimes when I sit down and listen to Red Fox, I'm just truly amazed by the talent and the things that I'm listening to lyrically. Because I've spent, for the past 2 years now, I've spent a lot of time in my little studio here. And sometimes when I sit down and listen, and go on Instagram and I listen to Pre-Life. And I just sit down and it just put a smile on my face to listen to this guy here that I know personally,
Right.
And a lot of people can't really connect to that part of it when you really know the person personally, and then you know the person as an artist, and you see how the music itself moves you and so on. And that's where we as musicians need to start placing ourselves and understand and respecting the music itself that we are doing, because at the end of the day, when you sit down and listen to some of the stuff that technically you see, like Ed Robinson, Knocking on Heaven's Door, how long have we been listening to that song there, and what it really did to us, and you listen to some of the work that Michael Russell have done out of Heavy Beat Studio, and it's just you can't, there's no words you can put to it.
Right.
And
right.
you sit back and you realize, well, when we are no longer here, what that work is going to be doing for the next generation and the next one and the next one. And that is where we all need to start spending our time realizing that what we do as artists in this time here, what we create as music, because we are players of instruments and we are teachers, and the next generation is going to take that work that we do today and grab something from it that is either going to make their life better or make them life worse. But we want to gravitate to the better, right? We want to make sure we do things that is going to instill them and make them see, listen here, we preach what we live. We live what we preach.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love that.
man. So the music,
I love that.
man, the music.
I love that. And the thing is, what happens rare. This is a rare situation because here's the deal. If you go see Red Fox by himself are crazy things, right? If you go see
Without a
Samoa
doubt,
G by
man.
herself, crazy things.
Without
You go see Caution by
a
herself,
doubt.
crazy
Without a
things.
doubt.
Ed Robinson, crazy things. Mikey Russell, crazy things. What I want to know, I'm gonna bring in Ed because you don't know, it gets wilder, right? So what I always say is, in a case like this, as artists, as musicians, you're out there giving it to the people. And sometimes, yes, we love what we do, but it's the office on the stage. It's the office, so we're giving them the work. But how dope is it for Red Fox come off of the stage or be at the side of the stage and get for watching brethren them do what they do? How dope is it for Caution to step off of the side of the stage and watch your brethren them doing what they do? You know something? Hold on, we can bring in another brethren because trust me. Eddie Robinson, welcome, sir. Welcome to the program. What going?
What's a go on, fireball?
Cool, no man. Cool, no man.
Yes.
How are you? The boys in glasses, how are you going?
It's called age, man.
Yeah.
Like fine wine. So Ed, you're about to create some issues this weekend too on the stage, not true? You're about to create some problems this weekend too, I understand. I mean, a bunch of dope artists coming out, come do them thing. Talk to me a little bit about what you're, not give it a plot, you know what I'm saying? But talk to me a little bit about what the people are in store for this weekend when time Eddie Robinson touched the stage in Fort Lauderdale.
Straight misery. Cause you want to know the fun.
Let me tell you. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, you want to know the fun of it, King, man, because guess what? No, I have not performed for about probably almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, we kind of stay out of the mayhem and the melee thing. We kind of stay away from it, because we don't have the time for them, mix up thing. So we kind of stay away from it. So all that energy there, we're done. Line we're done now, we call it now, we pack up now, you know what I mean? So that's what the people go and get, my brother, because everything that we unleash Saturday night.
Cool, no man. And we're talking about a bunch of dope artists. You even talk to me a little bit about watching your friends perform, because a lot of time, like I said, you are the focus. You are on stage. Every now and then, you're in the audience. I seen like a concert or go on or whatever the case may be, but you're in a situation right about now where the whole virgin end up on stage. You get to be the fan. You get to sit back and watch them do them work. Talk to me a little bit about that kind of experience.
Well, I've always be one of them artists that way make sure say I watch a show, because guess what now? You see, I have to watch a show, watch my other brethren perform before I enter stage, or watch them perform after I enter stage. Because the truth is, I learn from a lot. I learn from other artists. You know what I'm saying? I learn what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean? From other artists sometimes. Because that's basically all we have as experience, just watching other artists perform before you. So certain little tactics that a man pull off, so you don't do it because he just did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always love to watch the artists them before me, and just a form of support to brethren, because guess what? We are all we have,
Yeah.
You understand? we don't have nobody else, brother. So we are who we are, So might as well we just support each other, Rasta.
I dig that. I dig that. The situation is as it is, where it's a benefit. It's a benefit show. But to be honest with you, more than anything else, boy, if I just saw every benefit show go on, yeah, just me. That's all I have to say. It's like, I mean, anything right and anything ripe, and that's how the thing set up. So the Almighty work in mysterious ways. They're allowed to use the situation for a bunch of dope artists in the same building at the same time for only $40. You know what I mean? When they do the math, they go down to about $5 per, $6 per. You know what I'm saying? Which is unheard of, and which is crazy. Personally, let me say, every artist, each individual artist, if you carry the one and talk about a $400 worth, I think it is about that's just me. That's just me, right? But I want to say, I want to ask, talk to me a little bit about the impact of caution and stuff. Because again, you have artists out there, you have athletes. You have athletes where people refer to as the athlete's athlete. You know what I mean? You have the musicians out there, people say, yo, that's the musician's musician. You know what I mean? The coach's coach, or whatever the case may be. Talk to me a little bit about the man Caution himself, the effect and that he's had on you over the years.
I'll be honest with you. My thing with Caution is when I first get introduced to Caution, how I first get introduced to Caution, believe this. I was going in a country named Antigua. I was flying in a country, me and Steel Pulse to do we was on this little Caribbean thing, you see? And a virgin come up and say, yo, Caution, welcome, boom, my virgin. I'm not like, oh my God, Caution. The man stand up there and talk to me, like I was Caution, like somebody. And I went to him say, Bridget, I feel like I'm a statement for somebody. And I went to talking real Caution, Trust me. So that was my introduction to Caution as a virgin. I asked my people and say, yo, who is Caution? And them tell me who is Caution. Put it away, my brother. Is a man mistaken for this virgin?
I love it.
You know how much time people ask me if me and Ed Robinson are brother.
Related, yeah.
Yo.
Wow.
But it's amazing, when I listen to most people speak about them interaction with Caution and them meet Caution and so forth. If I never know better, I would think Caution stand up at the airport, because everybody always said to me, say pretty much about once we reach Antigua, Caution. So I'm like, I feel like boy Caution to stand up outside, I wait for the plane and land. Caution, is that what's going on?
I wish. Collect some taxes.
I love it, folks. I love the vibes, man. I love the vibes. And I am looking forward to the event. Again, the event is Saturday coming up, right? At the Garden.
Yeah.
In Lauderdale Lakes. Live band. But I link Michael Russell to but Michael, be a more give me time saying, you can't make the link work. But it go already. So make him call in. But it's on you don't get a show on a regular basis where the bill says Simone G. The bill at the same time says Red Fox. At the same time, it's a Caution. At the same time, it's a Mikey Russell. At the same time, it's a Ed Robinson. You know what I'm saying? And then backed by live band. And of course, like you said, more artists too, to our kind. And so much. That don't happen. You have to go at Jazz and Blues for that. You know what I'm saying? Really? And y'all are bringing that to the Massive and Crew. One stage, one evening. Them need for come out. Ed, I asked everybody else to talk to the people. We talk to the people. You talk to the masses, them man right about. And I let them know why they gotta be at the Garden this Saturday.
Apart from getting entertained, like from some of the more serious artists, them not the business, brother. It's a good look for you to turn out, because guess what? Your contribution to the show is needed. Because what we're doing is not just for one guy. It's not just for one person. For one art. What we're doing, Bridget, is we are playing our part in contributing to the welfare of each other. Which it should be about, because trust me, reggae music, we can have more than one star on at any one time in this business. Yeah, you don't have to have one artist where you have to call them up and you have to ask them to contribute to this thing. Yeah, the man call up every man, and trust me, every man step up, and I'm pretty sure other artists step up too. If the time did allow, you know, you probably don't have 100 artists on the show, and it look like a mini Sunsplash. You know what I mean? You know, so the truth is, Bridget, I mean, you know, we are our brother's keeper, Rasta. Put it that way. And the way it should be from day one. You know. So that's basically what me personally looking for. The camaraderie there between I and I as artists, Bridget. We you know, man and man, once we get the call, we step up to say, yo, it's our time to contribute to each other, Bridget.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
that's what me all about. Because I mean, apart from the performance, you know, that is like second nature to us. You know, we just go up there and just do what we do, sing and entertain people. We make people smile, we make people laugh, we make people enjoy themselves, we make people get drunk in the place. And you know what I mean? That's it.
Right.
That's what we do. After
I
all
love
of
it.
this, you know, we go enjoy. You know what I mean?
I saw it for go.
Listen,
I saw it for go.
I think I'm a very, very lucky woman. I think I'm the only female on
Really?
as a lead artist on the stage. I think I'm the only female, but listen to me. That's fine with me. Because what? My brother Caution is there, my brother Red Fox is there, my brother Ed Robinson is there. Listen.
Lose the
It's
translated
so lucky.
security. Rambo. Security tight.
I am so lucky.
Yo,
I can't even wait to see these. I haven't even seen Ed you run away from New York. Me can't see you in New York no more.
Nah, I'm not run away now, but guess what? No, you know,
The place get cold.
Other things I do. I don't really running from New York, but what other things I do with mama? You know, so you have to step up. You know, New York is just one place, you know, whether we like it or not, you know. New York is just one place.
True.
Cause right after this show, I think we're gonna head for LA. You know, we're gonna do LA for a while. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we have things that go on with all over the place. You know, so that's.
I love it.
But I want to tell you something, Simone. Don't consider yourself too lucky. It could be a problem between me and God.
It might be. Come here, get some takes already. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Gosh.
We'll see what you say after the show.
But you know something though, lady and gentlemen, I'll say this, you know, there's a and I say this over and over, there's a misconception. There's something that people talk about a lot, and I think too much amongst musicians, artists, people of Caribbean heritage, the culture, which is the lack of unity. We talk about it a lot. But I'll say this, over and over and over and over, I see the projection of unity from my brothers and sisters, and just how everybody steps up to the plate and make sure and show love to each other and support each other. So sometimes, you know, it's no different from when people talk about the missing black fathers, which may not say in the dead day, you know. But to me, it's kind of like a myth that they're perpetuating on society, and they're trying to push it. And as I look at how you guys do what you do and support each other, I'm also wanting to include in that basket of myth the disunity amongst our artists. We are individuals, but I see a lot of unity amongst us. And for that, I am very, very proud. But not only that, and Red Fox talked to me a little bit about it. How important is it that we do this the way we do this for the young ones coming up? Because they need to see that too. Because them depend on a helter-skelter thing too. The me, even worse. But when they see the OGs, when they see the real talents, the people with the catalogs, the people with the legacies together doing what they're doing, how important is that for the upcomers? See if me lose you. You can hear me, Fox?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I can hear you. Miss out power yourself for like about a few seconds there.
Yeah, no. I was saying pretty much, you know, with the unity that I see amongst you guys, in the industry, you know what I mean? The OGs, the people that's been doing it and doing it at a high level. How important is it that we set this piece and this example and present this for our younger artists coming up?
Yeah, well, we are the younger artists' parents. You know what I mean? You can look upon it like that. That's how I always view myself whenever I'm writing lyrics these days. I'm always writing with the meditation, say, I am like the parent of enough of the younger youths. So, some boy, you have to set an example. There might be inexperience and all these different things now and seem reckless and careless. I was once that too. So, say, whatever you are now, you try to make sure so them not take the same road that you took before. You know what I mean? So whatever we are doing now, we know that they're paying attention. They might look like them now look, because sometimes my youth them are playing at the house and I go out like them I do everything and I listen to me. I'm like say one F word and them say, Daddy, let me hear that. Saying, yeah, so it's like the youth, they might look like them not pay attention, but they might pay attention because when them get certain age, they have to carry on the thing. You know what I mean? So we know say it gonna get there, because enough time people get worried about the music thing and talk about the youths them, but nobody can kill it. It alone not gonna live. So you understand, say it gonna go through it little things more time, but it gonna find its way. Because God don't just make God now make no bad people, God make good people same way.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? So it gonna find its way.
I love that. I love that. That makes sense. That makes sense. And
If,
and overall, I love the message that you all are sending. Again, we are our brother's keeper. Um,
Yes,
and just stepping up to the plate, because again, sometimes ain't nobody got our backs but us. You know what I'm saying? The industry was unfortunately so designed. I keep using the analogy of the movie The Harder They Come. You know what I mean? The exploitation has been what it was, and for even those who didn't go through that, it's just that there's nothing set up and in store for our artists and to protect them. So guess what? Caution, we got you. All the other artists that are going to need, and people in general that are going to need, we got them too. And again, I am so moved by the fact that every time I speak to you, yes, we have these things to deal with, the endeavors to deal with, but it's almost the second place. You are always thinking about the other person. And like Simone say, always I give a strength to the other artist, but not just that, but just looking out for the well-being of everybody else too. So while I say wishing the best of success with this show, I'm also going to say thank you for being who you are, because we need that, brother.
thank you, thank you. Well, listen, you see, this is the first installment, and my dream is that next year we can all come back again at the same spot, same location, if maybe even another location, and do this, and whichever artist that is going through whatever situation at that time, that we can all come together and do the same thing and do this for that person. Um, while this thing has been going on with me, like I told you before, I've learned, and I've met a lot of people that is going through some fight um under the quiet and very silent about it, because sometimes they're ashamed of the position that they actually are in. We want to try to encourage, put a change to all of this and to that, and to realize that we can create something together as a team, because the team, in order for the dream to work, I mean, the team have to come together. Teamwork make it work.
Right.
And if we can all come together and put it in place and set a precedence, and other people start to follow the footsteps that we start to lay, we can make a change in a very, very big way. One of the hurtful and hurtful things is how many artists that we hear that I have grown up and looked up to them, and then when you hear this time come, because as Ed said the other day, um, talking to Rockwell, the dash is the most important thing in your life, right? There's one thing that we are certain of: we're not going to be here, right? We're going to die, right? And the hardest thing is, and as an artist, myself, when you realize that somebody that you've looked up to through the music, and you learn from the songs that they put out, and you realize that the family can't even bury them, and it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking to see that. And the people that has enjoyed the music and the work that this individual has done all their life, and then this is, there is no dignity in that, and
Right.
we need to change that, and change that, put it in such a way that we can establish and build a community that when this kind of situation happen, this person must leave this earth with some kind of dignity, and know that there's a group of people out there that can say, listen, hey, let's go help this person,
Right. Right.
right? and
Sir.
and we need to make these changes, and put these changes, because you see the music, like I told you before, right? The songs that we do, that we write, and the meaning behind the songs them, not only we write the songs, we must also live them, right? Live the message, live it to our dying day, to the last breath in your body. Make sure that the song itself, that the person that's listening to the song, not only admiring you as the artist, they might admire your work, because they can see the work is in you, and you in the work,
Yeah.
right? It must be that way. So there must be a change. We must make sure that we work in that way, and realize that, we are here to teach,
I love
right?
that.
And teach, we will be teaching. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And of course, I must say thank you so much to all of you guys for not just coming out and doing the show, but the works that you've given to us over the years, right? It's much, much, much appreciated. It helps so many people through their trying and dying times, and help us over the hump. It gives us motivation to go, puts us in the mood when we need to be in the mood. You know what I mean? Take you away from whatever it needs to when the time comes. So I know I can speak on behalf of the masses when we say thank you so much for all of that. We definitely appreciate it. I know I do, and I know the masses appreciates it too. Show coming up again this Saturday in the garden. Let me get my little calendar up and say exactly which date. What date is it again? Saturday or what date?
November 20th.
Okay, come in and know what date today.
The show is going to start on time. Karen keeps on telling me to tell you that.
It's
right?
not CP time.
No. Them thing they're not working here. Right? The show is going to start at 7:00.
Right.
So anybody come think they're coming late, and they're going to be missing something.
Wow.
So starting on time, finishing on time.
Right.
We're not young people anymore. We want to go home early.
Speak for yourself. I'm too young. I know what you're talking about.
Go drink
that kind of nonsense, that kind of, you know what I mean? Drive me out in the age thing, I say,
Fox, what am I trying to, Fox? I don't understand what am I trying to.
Caution, I think you're on an island. Right, so.
I want expound upon what I just said a while ago about the that what people say about artists not uniting and not being cool. Let me tell you something, my virgin. That is definitely not true. See? Most of the man them where you say, most artists where most of the real ones are real people. We're all virgin, man and man, a reason, man and man talk, and we're cool. You know who is causing that division amongst us, my brother? The little people them who consider themselves the gatekeepers, because what is known in this business, and something where people need to realize that is not us is the problem, is the people them is the problem, the audience is the problem, because guess what? You see that competition thing there. If you notice that when you clash two artists, let's say for example them clash me and Kasha now upon a stage, you get more support when we're fighting, when we're arguing. If we're virgins and we're cool, the little so-called gatekeeper them, the little guy them who have that thing they lock up, see? You're not getting any support from them. That's why if in the history of reggae music, it's only one bull run the pen at all times. You never have 5-6 superstars at no time.
Right.
Go back and notice that thing there with reggae industry, brother. See, you don't have a Prince and a Michael Jackson around the place at the same time. It's always a Prince or a Michael Jackson.
Right. Right.
It's the so-called power that be, because if you left it up to us, you know. Seeing sometimes all 10 superstars you hear about at the same time, you know. You understand? Because we all are moving neck and neck. Yeah, the competition is nice, and we love the competition too, you know. But you see that hate the behind each other, because when an office tell you, say, you know, yo, Ed did say this about you, or Caution did say that about you. You gotta look on it like, then hold on, me and this virgin around us have a drink last night. You know what I mean? So it's always a situation where they set us up against each other, virgin, and it's a thing where it guarantee for us to fail. It's never we're not going to win. You know?
Right.
So us as artists, as soon as we start learning what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Even with the so-called what people is now calling dancehall.
Right.
You know, like there's a genre of music that only playing at the dancehall, like you know, play on radio too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even what's going on in dancehall since the inception of it, we have always only have one star.
Right.
At
True.
time, one man around that top thing there. And it's healthy if we realize that it's just a competition, Rasta. It's not something for us to hate each other or kick each other off of the stage or fight each other. It's only healthy when it's a healthy competition.
Yeah.
When it comes to business, Rasta, it's not that serious.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Once us as artists can realize that, then we will remain brethren. Yeah, we all can be brethren. Apart from when a man snatch up your girl, we understand.
Listen, there are lines. There's always a line. There's always a line.
We are can be brethren. I'm gonna tell you something. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, go look on the old tape them when all of the artists them used to get up around a queer. Used to get up around down arrows. Used to get up around a new name music. A pure fun, a pure joke. The funniest crowd you can be in is when 5, 6, or 10 artists gather this, brother. All in a tragedy. We find joke out of it.
Yep.
Wow.
You understand? But we find out
That
it's
is
a
true.
fun us, brother. So you don't listen to when nobody else say about artists can't get along. We all are getting along. You know, it's the little people them behind it.
Right. I love
the
that.
little club behind it where I pitch me again, Caution, and I'm pitch Red Fox against, you know, another little DJ bridge, and I'm on all, and it always happen to the one them on the come up, the one them where I rise. I notice that as soon as you rise, then pitch you against another singer.
I love that.
You understand?
I love that.
So don't believe the hype, the virgin. Do not believe that hype.
And it's duly misspelled and by you guys and dispelled by you guys, because again, the unity, I see it, and you know, it's always a situation, and I ask it all the time. I'm just like, what the lack of unity on our talk about it? Because everybody are bridging. When we know when we talk to our artists, a lot of times, sometimes I expect the artist to say, no, me no know the artist, because artists do them something. No. If I talk to an artist, 9 times out of 10, who him up on the phone I talk with? Another artist, right? And everybody's bridging.
Yeah, man.
Man, I say, you know, I have riffs in, but I got riffs in my family. You know what I mean? I can't stand that. But a different something. You know what I mean?
It's healthy competition. The guy who win the spelling bee and the guy who comes second, that don't mean that they're enemy.
You touch a sore spot for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to my spelling bee road. You know what I mean? And work out. You know what I mean? I didn't make it to the top of the competition. All right, so you just bring a sore spot.
Bolt and the next guy run beside him. You think they're enemies, Rasta? You think they fight each other? You know what I'm saying? They're brethren. But guess what? On camera, it look they're in competition. Competition is a great thing. Wait, give me one. Go up on stage and make Caution and would sing me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think we can do that, you know.
Wait, think Red Fox will go up there and try DJ me. You know what I mean? Watch me try to compete with Fox. Because it's fun.
Well, that's what the thing, you know. So all Fox have to do is just draw about you and I sing about you and then come up with the because I don't know. Listen. We could have there all day. I want to say on behalf of the masses and crew watching on Jamaicans.com, watching on YouTube, watching on homegrownjico.com, those people listening on radio. I want to thank y'all so much for sharing your evening. I mean, there's lots of other things you could be doing. I appreciate it. It's always a joy to catch up with you, with you gentlemen and lady. And of course, reminding the masses that it's this Saturday. It's at the Garden. The man said it starts 7 o'clock, not 7:02, 7:03, 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So if you come 7:05, you miss something. You might not miss a lot, but you don't miss something, right? And again, dope artists in the building, live band thing. When I say live band matter, but it's a kick off. You're gonna feel it in your chest. You know what I mean? From way around at the back, it's gonna be crazy. All right, right now we got Red Fox, we got Simone G, we got Caution, we got Ed Robinson, the man them said Michael Russell, that thing, you know what I'm saying? Quarter it up. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. The other part of it that is crazy is that these tickets are only $40. So get it right about now, because personally, if I my phone on the car, I'm $4.50 man charging. That doesn't mean that. I mean, that doesn't mean that still. But so it's a total different thing. Caution, we online is the $40 tickets and whatever. Online, I'm gonna forget that.
But if you go, you can go, just simplify it, go to thankyoumission.com, right? Thankyoumission.com, and you can get all the information that your heart desires there. You can learn a little bit more about the Mission Now, which is the nonprofit where everything goes, which we want to make sure we encourage that, because that is the really driving force. The Mission Now is the nonprofit that we're driving the force on. So just go there, and you also get all the tickets there, and the links them to where we to where you can get even more information. Also, for the people outside of the Florida area, outside in the rest of the world, you can still be a part of the whole experience, be a part of the show by watching it, and you can get the links there as well. So one way or the other that we're bringing it to you.
Nice. I love it. I dig it. And the people that were in my main box about them about Simone G, and the ones here, brother, them did it not got them. It not got them. It just not got them. I'm sorry, it not got them. But God, trust me, if Fox look left, Ed did it. If Ed look right, gosh, I did it.
Problems.
You don't look right. No. But if you call me, I'll hook you up, though. You know what I mean? I drop my mic. Ladies and gentlemen.
Simone, I forgot to make a choice that night.
Simone, remember who you're leaving with, right?
Bang. Well, I want to think. I saw the thing go. Trust me,
Nothing
Simone
but jokes and good times with these brothers right here. I tell you, not
trouble. Be a trouble.
Hey, yo, I go sing a My Girl this year. So
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ed Robinson.
You see how them go?
What? I don't know. Simone. Boy, I've been annoying. The protection way I look like a problems in itself. But that's what that.
For real.
That's where it go. But thanks, and it's gonna be an awesome show. I know that the venue are always lit, the vibe is always crazy, the band is on point. It's a bunch of dope artists gonna be on stage. Like I said, honestly, you don't get this every day, no matter what the circumstance is. And no matter how much names we call, I feel like I'm not calling all the names. All right, and even the names that you don't know, that don't resonate with you, trust me, in order to be existing on a stage with artists of this caliber, you don't know them off a good too. So the names you don't know, trust me, expect a lot from. Because if not,
wait. Me say Rockwell plan for Crash Ed Robinson performance, you know.
Oh Lord. Where am I gonna?
I don't really know, but Rockwell tell me that when Ed Robinson go on, make sure they have a second mic, because he and Ed Robinson going to mash up the place.
Cool no man.
I want you to tell Rockwell this. Make sure him wear a hat.
Well, mate.
So we're going to need that hat. See, so I'm going to make the camera down there, so when the camera is on my face, them can't see.
Stand up to the roof. Larger Prague. No man, it's go crazy. Oh, for them not sing still, like Rockwell sing between the keys of you and our flat at the same side. You know, so
You
me no
went
know.
hard flat.
I'm just saying
Lord
that,
have mercy.
that's the word on the street.
Boy.
That's the word on the street. Gentlemen, lady, we got to roll up out of here. We got to go. I just want to say thank you again. All right.
Yes,
For all
one
you
love.
guys for hanging out with us this evening. And ladies and gentlemen watching at home, trust me. We appreciate you. All right.
Definitely.
Yes, I.
Give thanks.
Yes, give thanks. Give thanks.
Love,
We're
love.
rolling out with this right
Up
here.
front.
We're rolling out like
Well,
this
put
right
this-
here. Huh?
Before we move, I want to put it out there. We have a big up to King Jammers too for doing some things that we are doing right now. The same thing in Jamaica. You see me? We have a big up King Jammers.
Yes.
You know, the man that does big things. I want the people to check out that thing there too. See? King Jammers, I salute the eye for that, my brethren. Salute
legend.
King man.
The
Yeah,
legend.
man. Big
The
up the legend. Yeah. Big up the big man.
I love it. I love it.
Up front.
Soon as then.
We're doing it. We got to go, though.
Up front.
Big up on yourself.
Bodyguard, yeah, two, not two.
Much love, fam. Much love.
Yeah,
Respect.
respect.
When you turn and you walk through that door, it hurt me so.
Caution, ladies and gentlemen.
It hurt me so. Oh, darling. So listen to me while I say to you, breaking up is hard to do. Breaking up, they know.
Yeah, man.
They know.
You can't ignore the sweetness of the music.
Ooh, well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for rocking out with us. With Caution, Simone G, Red Fox, Ed Robinson.
And you walk through that door. It hurt me so. Oh, baby.
Lodge Maurice Gregory.
It hurt me so. Oh, darling. So listen to me while I say to you, breaking up is hard to do. Breaking up, they know.
Got to roll, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank y'all again so much for rocking with us, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you go to the show, all right? Make sure you're there at the show Saturday, having a good time with the artists, them, all right? Caution's going to be the building. Michael Russell going to be there. Ed Robinson's going to be there, all right? Red Fox is going to be there. Simone G going to be there. Cord Red going to be there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. What did I say? It's going to be crazy. Remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast, Homegrown with G Cole is available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, we're there. When you get off of here, hop on over to YouTube if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, we'll let you know who's going to be in the building, when they're going to be here, and what the vibe's going to be like. All right, I appreciate y'all big time. My brother gotta go, though. Thank you.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G Cole.
Ooh, well. Now listen now. When you turn and you walk through that door, it hurt me so. Oh, baby, it hurt me so. Oh, darling. So listen to me while I say to you, breaking up is hard to do.
Thank you so much, Julianne. Always a pleasure to see you.
They know.
Always a vibes.
No.
Come out and support a worthy cause. Worthy cause. Yes, man. It's Caution and friends.
I cannot let you go now.
Real friends, you know.
'Cause my love is strong. My love is so strong. Oh, baby. My love is so strong. Oh, darling. So listen to me while I say to you, breaking up